Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, y'all mean? Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and hit that notification. You know what I mean? So anytime I bring you this heat, this action, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. Now, with no further ado, I'd like to get into today's video. I want to speak on the Claressa, I believe that's her name, Claressa Shields. She's the outstanding women's champion boxer. I don't really know much about her, so I had to, do some research. I had heard of her. Obviously, I seen her taking pictures after the Terrence Crawford fight with Earl Spence or what have you. So, I am somewhat familiar with her, upon doing some research on her. I just recently seen to where she's been challenging, male boxers. And she's talking about that she wants to fight, I believe, Jake Paul. She's talking a lot of trash and, she's been wanting to fight him. Listen, man, I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. I'm for women, getting their just due. You know what I mean? If a woman and a man is on the same, plateau as far as career-wise, accomplishments and things of that nature, yeah, they should be paid equally, if not more. If not more. You know what I mean? Don't discriminate on a woman just simply because she's a woman. But with that being said, this needs to stop, man. I mean, it really, really needs to stop. Like, when you get to the point to where you have women challenging men in the boxing ring, like, what is the point? If a man hits a woman out here on the streets, outside of the boxing ring, you know what that's called? Domestic violence, as it should be. Men have no business putting their hands on a woman, period. I don't care if it's inside of a ring. I don't care. No. Nobody wants to see that. Who wins? Who wins in that situation? So she's been sparring with dudes. So she, her confidence is up. Listen, there's a difference between sparring and actually fighting. I'm sure that the people that you've been sparring with is not taking it to you like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you sparring, they may throw a couple punches, you know what I'm saying, a couple combos or whatever, but they're presumably not trying to hurt you. Women, it's just a big difference between women and men as far as physically. Men are bigger, stronger, you know what I mean? Not better, but I mean just physically, just bigger and stronger. And it's not, it's too much of an advantage for a guy, especially the caliber of Jake Paul. Like, do you know what you asking for? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy would severely hurt you. He's going to severely hurt the average man out here. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to see that. So, this whole thing, well, women, we need to be looked at, equally. Yes, you do. But that's not a situation where if you're not allowed to fight a male boxer, that doesn't mean that you're not being treated equally. If you're not in the NBA, that doesn't mean that you're not, being treated equally. Now, if a woman is good enough to play in the NBA, she's big enough and strong enough to play in the NBA, skill-wise, and it's not just, okay, well, she's a woman, so, we don't want any backlash, so let's let her in. Nah, but if she's good enough to play, then I think she should be able to play. If a woman wants to go out there and play football and she's good enough and she's physical enough, she can handle the physical, wear and tear on your body, perhaps she should be given the opportunity to play, especially being that there's not a male, female football league out here that I've seen. I think they got maybe some flag football and some, you know, lingerie, football, things like that. But I'm talking about an actual football league. And I just think that, you know, this whole thing just has to stop. Like when they talk about the WNBA, well, we should be getting as much as the NBA players. Well, I disagree with that to a certain extent. I agree if the revenue was the same, if people were going to the games and buying jerseys and supporting the WNBA to where that money was really, really coming in, well, yeah, you should get paid as much as the people in the NBA, if not more. But if you're not generating the amount of money and the amount of interest that the NBA is generating, how can you possibly be paid what they're being paid? That's all that I'm saying. You know, it's just one of those things to where it's just getting to the point to where it seems like if a woman is denied something, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes people take that and they run with it. Same thing with racism. Everything ain't about race, but sometimes people take that race card and run with it. Now, oftentimes people, it is about racism, oftentimes, but there are times that it's not. And the same thing with you know, being a woman, respectfully. You can't just automatically say that you're not allowed to do something because you're a woman. Again, that does happen. Oftentimes that happens. But there are times that it doesn't happen as well. And, you know, with all due respect, I don't want to see a woman boxer get into the ring with a male boxer, because he has nothing to win. He has nothing to gain. She has everything to gain. Rightfully so. I'll be the male boxer. Okay, so now you ready to fight Terrence Crawford. That's who you going to want to fight next. You know what I mean? Now, if a male jumps in there with a female boxer and he beats her, what does he gain? He was supposed to beat her in the eyes of the public. Now she's coming out of the ring. She got black eyes. She's all busted up. And this man has done this to her? No, I don't want to see that. It's not even respectful. I wouldn't even watch that. I would not want to see anything. I do not want to see boxing, MMA, no sort of physical contact. I do not want to see a man in any capacity fighting a woman. Now, if you sparring with her and, you know, she's working on her, you know, her skills, her you know, her angles, her footwork, you know what I mean, her combinations, you know what I mean, and you throwing little punches, but you're not really trying to hit her. You just, you know, you working with her. She's getting in some work. That's different. But actually fighting, stop it. Stop it. We don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that post notification. Anytime I bring you this action, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. Oh yeah, and don't forget to share as well. Real Kens TV. We out.